Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is Ben.
I've been told that if I cry by the end of this podcast because Hank's mean, I get a free pizza. I think that's fair. We're back on my particular brand of bullshit. I mean, the everybody in the room is wondering the question. Did you find any of these three films from acclaimed director Yoji Yamada to be worse than Mimino?
No, like these were they were well-made films. They weren't like literal nightmare pieces because people weren't talking over each other.
Look, that's all I wanted. My standards are so low. I mean, that's a shame, but so it goes. We watched, per my request, 2002's The Twilight Samurai, 2004's The Hidden Blade, and 2006's Love and Honor, not to be confused with the completely unfucking related 2013 film, Love and Honor, which is like about the Vietnam War.
Comes up first when you type Love and Honor into Google.
Yeah, it's horseshit. I don't know if the movie is horseshit. It's horseshit that it comes up first, and like the other one didn't come up at all for me. It's kind of stupid. Anyway, it's like a Yoji Yamada, who is known for doing Tora-san series. There's like 50 movies of Tora-san.
48.
40. Oh, sorry. Just a shitload of them. And in between doing these films and before doing these films and a little bit after, when the main actor who played Tora-san, I believe, passed away, he basically does dramas. I assume all of them are like kind of Oscar baity. Yeah, and it's like a loose, referred to as a trilogy, but they have no real relation other than style and some themes and stuff, and that they're about samurai.
Time period.
Yeah. I really like them. I like Twilight Samurai more in my head because I forgot that we had a narrator, and that really improved the film, like, in my mind. But yeah. So I mean, get into it. What didn't you like? What was the biggest beef?
Okay, so I don't have the same beef with all of them, so I kind of have to go.
That's at
one by
least
one.
Interesting. That's good, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't have much beef with the Hidden Blade at all.
Okay, that's cool. I was kind of wondering if that would be the one that you didn't.
Yeah. After
you said you weren't a huge fan of Twilight Samurai, I was like, oh dear, not again. Yeah, Twilight Samurai. So this is following Iguchi Seibe. Pronunciation Seibe, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah. And he is a low-ranking samurai. So these are samurai films, but kind of their going theme is that they don't follow anyone who's doing, like, fucking cool shit all the time. They're dealing with, like, the samurai who are working in a grain warehouse, or, like, in the case of another film, like, taste testing the fucking lordship's food. Like, it's not glamorous samurai lifestyle.
They're in the samurai, feudal system, low ranking near the end of that system.
Yeah.
Like slightly before the Meiji Reformation.
Yes.
Restoration.
So the deal with our first guy here is that at the beginning of the film we see his wife pass away. It's tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it says wiki.
Consumption.
Consumption, yeah. And she has a big old funeral. and this dude cannot afford it. So like the movie is him with his 2 daughters and his mother who had like pretty onset like dementia or Alzheimer's or whatever, and like living in kind of in squalor, but ultimately like, you know, he's happy.
They're fine.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the
He's just not taking care of himself.
He's not. Yeah, he's like pumping all of his money, his modest sums into like medicine and like taking care of his daughters. So he looks like shit. He smells like shit. But like
he gets in trouble at work for stinking.
And his sleeve is cut. Yeah, and there's we get our bit of a love story. His childhood friend Tomo, and yeah, she kind of comes in and just immediately is like chill with the kids, and they like do their thing, and then like the crux of the story is it's not his. Is it his friend? No, it's not his friend. But it's like someone he knew loosely. Anyway,
what? No, the
guy, he has to kill him.
First he gets in a duel with
right, okay.
Tomoe's ex-husband.
Tomo's ex-husband.
Who's a mean drunk
asshole, yeah.
First he has a duel with that guy, and he just bonks him on the head with a wooden sword and knocks him out. Yeah,
well, because the fucking... if he kills him, then he also dies. Like, he gets punished.
Dueling is illegal.
Yeah, so he, like, pulls out a stick, and the other dude is like, fucking respect me. And then he beats that guy with the stick.
Yeah.
He gives us the great line with like a whipped dog doesn't bark when people are concerned that the guy will talk.
Yeah. And after he beats that guy, this other samurai comes to him at work and talks to him about how good he was because he was like drinking buddies with that guy. And then he asks him for a duel, and he says maybe one day or something, and that's the guy he fights at the end, I'm pretty sure.
Is it that same dude? Is that Yogo?
I'm pretty sure that's Yogo.
I'll be real, as much as I like these films, I am shit at keeping everyone straight. Yeah, basically wow, what the hell did he do again? I forget what exactly this guy did to get fucking murked, to be targeted. Because this is like a theme in like all 3 films, and I always get Hidden Blade and Twilight Samurai confused, even though I just went through these. Right. This guy has been disowned from the clan, and he refuses to resign by there's a power struggle
off screen, and like, so like his the side he was on lost, but he's refusing to commit seppuku.
Right. Okay, that guy. Yeah, so he's like holed up in a house. They've sent some people to try to kill him. Well, we see one person anyway.
Well, they've sent one person, and
that guy got fucking wrecked.
That guy got wrecked, and when we get there later, his rotting corpse is still like in the front walk up.
So they contact our main man to go in there and kill a dude, even though this guy is like, he sold his katana a long time ago. He just has the short sword left. And
they specifically hire him because they know partly he won that duel.
Yeah, it's true. He has
with the wooden sword, and he's an expert in short sword style, which will be better for fighting this dude inside his own house.
Yeah. And he really doesn't want to do it. And that's our big conflict.
But he has to do it, and then he does it.
He has to do it. He does it, and lo and behold, he wins.
Yeah, sure. Like the climax of the movie is him going there and then just having a chat where tries to convince him to let him leave, and he talks. His family also died of consumption, and they're having like a heart to heart, and then our hero admits he sold his sword to pay for that funeral, and then Yogo's like, you came to kill me with a fucking bamboo sword? And he gets really fucking mad. Yeah. And then he fights Sebe, and Sebe wins.
Yeah, he gets we get a bit, I guess it's before the fight, where he wants to marry Tomo, but she said she's like married to or she already accepted another proposal, and he's like, oh, that's well that was rude. And then he returns, and she's like there, and
she accepted another proposal because he
said he refused, basically.
He refused to marry her already.
Yeah.
He was being a dink.
Well, yeah, that's what he said. I've been rude. He wasn't wrong.
No,
he was rude.
He was saying he was rude because he asked her to marry her when she'd been asked. You're like not even getting the fucking subtleties of awkward, repressed conversation between these characters.
I mean, I sure. Get it. Like, well, what? I know it's subtle. I want to talk about the plot,
Yeah.
I feel like we'll dive into some stuff.
It's me being more. Mean. Don't just keep going.
This guy. Yeah, we get an epilogue, and we learned it all ended in misery. we learned.
Yeah, they lived together for like 3 years, and then
So this whole time,
and then the major restoration happens, and he fights on the side of the rebels and loses and dies.
Yeah, so this whole film is like laid over with narration from his younger daughter, now narrating as an old lady. And at the end, she goes to their graves and explains that they died after 3 years, or he died after 3 years. And like, oh, I've often heard that he was unlucky and very unfortunate and pathetic, but like, he was happy as he was. He didn't want to be anything more than that sort of deal. Yeah.
This movie is too sentimental and wistful about feudalism.
In what way?
Well, it's like the time when people, could fight for honor or whatever. And that lady is like, oh, my dad's beautiful life where he was a feudal samurai.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. I guess. I just don't like the sentimentality. Like your equivalent for doing like transplanting this to the American Old West would be like, it would be even more hellish, because it would be like the poor Texas slaver that has to murder someone, and then later, he fought in the Civil War on the side of the South and died 3 years later or whatever. Like, I guess.
Like, the samurai are not like fucking. He has like servants and stuff. he's like
servant,
broke, but he's yeah,
just one. No, that like the servants fucking wig me out, dude. Yeah. And 2 out of these 3 films, they wig me the hell out. And even kind of the third one.
At least in the third one, he's not like, he's just an old man. He's not like also kind of mentally handicapped.
Yeah,
the way they are in the first 2.
Fucking rough.
Yeah, no, it's not cool.
That was a bit where I'm like, I don't know if this is some weird strive for realism, but I could do without it. that part specifically.
Feudal, like these aren't fucking peasants. Like they're fucking poor or whatever, like relatively, but they're still like in this upper class in this feudal system. So they like stand above fucking actual poor people.
No, they went to the peasant festival.
Where the samurai aren't allowed? No samurai are allowed at the peasant festival?
Yeah, then they just went to it because like they're, they got
the samurai. Our main character didn't.
Well,
kids
no,
went
but like that's
with the lady.
That's because he had things to do.
No cops at our festival. No cops.
I mean, that's really fucking it. Oh my god, that is the analogy. No cops allowed at this festival. Family, wife, and children of cops show up because they want to be with the people. Yeah, that's the vibe.
It's the energy.
Yeah. Okay, well, hypothetically, if you were
it's like why are we watching this character? Why is this the story being told? Why am I supposed to feel this way about him? These are the things that like bug me about this movie. It's like it's well made, but it's just like bleh to me. I don't really like it.
It sounds like it's like the same vibe I was kind of having with like early Rose of Versailles. Not early, but even like halfway through-ish.
Dude, if Rose of Versailles didn't have fucking Oscar hanging out saying, "These motherfuckers."
I see, but for the part where she's wishy-washy a little bit, right? We have her kind of going back and forth on it for a bit there, right? Not a lot, but she's saying,
she's not wishy-washy. She's just, Marie Antoinette's best friend.
Yeah.
She's there for the,
Yeah, I mean, but she's saying like she was like, "Wow, these people are fucking poor."
The system
terrible.
is fucked. I need someone to say this is fucked.
Yeah, that's fine, but like she said, the system
and not
is
having a
fucked,
narrator
and
going, "Oh man, things were so beautiful back then," or whatever.
I mean, from the narrator's perspective, she's just reflecting on her childhood, I guess.
She's just like.
Look,
yeah, but I don't care about her.
It's the same way. It's the same
on her dad.
It's the same exact way I felt about Oscar until she proved herself. Because I'm like, I care about you as a character, but if you choose the wrong side here, like fucking get guillotined. So I feel it, like, in regards to like why should we care about this character and whatever. I mean, I can see where you're coming from, absolutely. Like, I'm not trying to fucking dispute that. I just didn't, like, that's not what I focus on at all for this.
What did you focus on?
I mean, I fell into the character, I guess. And I mean, I like how the film is shot in the setting, the music, like, all that shit just feels very solid to me. And I don't know. I was going to say I identified with the character. That's not what I do with that character.
Like, because part of it is also for me, like, watching a romance in this setting where women are, like, not fucking allowed to fucking feel feelings, I find incredibly frustrating. And that's for all these movies. Like, the repressed society these characters live in, I need something else to, like, get me along, because, like, them just being awkward is killing me.
Yeah. I mean, so you need the... maybe it wouldn't help. I was going to say...
I mean, usually what I need in samurai movies is more bloodshed. I need more... I need fucking Yojimbo out here fucking making plans. Scheming.
Yeah.
And there just isn't that. That's not what this is.
I think the part that, I mean, we can talk about the final duel in a second here from that perspective, but the part that won me over for Twilight Samurai was specifically the scene where Seibe is being ordered to kill. I don't know. I really liked how tense it was. Like, this dude did not want to fucking kill a man, but also, like, what does he do if he doesn't kill the guy? You know, like what happens to his daughters? I'm not saying the system overall is great, but like that tension and that pain and stuff. I don't know. I connected with it well. Just a dude who wants what's best for his daughters, and he just like wants to live his life.
Just kowtows to the system and conforms.
Whatever, man.
It's not what I'm into. And the other guy is like, he's just like, I was just following orders. That's why I'm not going to kill myself. Like, that is the defense you can't use. Sorry. Just following orders. That one's no good.
I mean, people are out here messing up building projects and killing themselves, dude.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I think really it's just I'm able to separate for whatever fucking reason, and that's not like there's no rhyme or reason at all. I could watch another film and like if I watch a cop movie right now, I'm like, it's a cop though.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, yeah.
Oh,
what'd you think of this? What
you made me watch these movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the duel? Our final fight?
It's mid. I don't know. It's fine.
I really
like its big trick in terms of how it's shot is like we don't see part of the action because it's behind a door, and then they like fall through the door. That's like its thing that it does.
Oh, come on! But he gets his sword stuck in the ceiling and gets fucking got because his sword was too long.
It's true. That is how he dies.
I liked it. I like the fight overall. Like it's fine, but it's such a good ending. I don't know. I like that payoff for him being like a fucking short sword. How dare you? Swing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the it just felt like, and my dad was the greatest samurai fighter who ever lived.
My dad kicked that guy's ass.
Like the fact that all these movies are just like also this guy happened to be the best fighter. It's like, come on. All of them are the poor samurai who was also the best fighter. Because that's the way you fucking romanticize this shit.
Just watched like 600 episodes of like 3-year-olds going Super Saiyan after it took their dads like a year, after it took their grandfathers like 100
that's
years.
Fucking anime.
So this is the same
This
thing.
is like prestige drama. This isn't funny. There's no comedy here.
There's some comedy bits. What do you call that CGI in the second film then? If not comedy. Do you got anything else on the? Do you got anything else on the?
I thought that effect was better than it was. Not really.
Okay.
It's just like, I don't like the vibes. I don't like the sentimentality. Just bugs me. Oscar baity.
Yeah,
I don't care, really.
I can't. That term is fucking ruined for me now that I know a character and am more familiar with a character named Oscar.
Oscar the Grouch, right? That's who you're talking about?
I'm not, like, I have no attachment to that character, though.
Really? You're a Sesame Street guy?
I wasn't. It wasn't on. It wasn't in the right time slot after school. I'm an Arthur
Oscar's
guy.
the best. He's literal trash.
Cookie Monster is the best. That guy eats. I'm not gonna lie. I've eaten a few cookies like Cookie Monster, inspired directly by.
Well, Cookie Monster is inspiring. Oscar is who I am, in that I am garbage.
Oh. So yeah, I mean, maybe Twilight Samurai is for people who can look past the wistfulness of feudalism or something. Anyway, on to
Roger
Hidden
Ebert liked
Blade.
it. Roger Ebert gave it 4 stars.
Oh, see, there you go. That guy. I didn't even think to look if he had talked about any of these films.
He didn't review the other 2.
Gotcha. Oh, one of these won something. Is it won an Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. Was it this one or was it? I think it was Love and Honor. Maybe.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
They won Japanese Oscars.
Yeah, they all won like Japanese stuff. I thought one of them grabbed a real award.
A real award. An American award.
A fucking Freedom Award.
It was Twilight Samurai was nominated but didn't win.
Oh, okay.
For Best Foreign Picture. And was Japan's first movie nominated for that in 22 years.
Nice.
But it lost to a Canadian movie.
That doesn't even fucking count.
French Canadian.
Ugh. That's even worse. They allow those people to make movies?
It's called The Barbarian Invasions, apparently.
That sounds like a fucking 80s.
It's a Canadian French sex comedy drama film, according to Wikipedia.
Okay, I was both correct in my thinking and also my interest is piqued.
There is a guy reading a book with crude drawings of boobs and a penis on this poster.
Absolutely pristine.
Boobs on one page, dick on the other.
What a fucking Chad. Yeah, on that note, Hidden Blade.
It's like the same movie.
It is the exact. That's literally like when I watched it the first time. I was like, yeah, this is familiar.
But this one is better because it doesn't have the narration, and at the end, the guy quits being a samurai. Also, he fucking assassinates a dude. Also, actually, my favorite choice in this, and I wish they had done it even sooner, is that in the final duel, like, they just the fucking soldiers just fucking shoot that guy he's dueling. And that should have just happened immediately. Because that's, like, the thing. Like, this era is fucking over. Samurai are obsolete because people have fucking guns that aren't garbage now.
Yeah.
So that guy getting shot was, like, the most, like, hit in the way that I think that, like, if you're doing a story in this period, that's what you need to do. And it's the only movie that did that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
like, showing that, like, all of these, like, stupid petty conflicts about these shit is, like, about to get fucking blown out the window.
Yeah. So that's what for everybody at home. Hidden Blade focuses way more on, like, yeah, it turns out, like, you can't just fucking run like an idiot and do sword stuff. Like, you gotta fucking learn guns and also how to run. properly.
Well, just like the Industrial Revolution is fucking here, and it's gonna change how people fucking do everything.
So we get a lot of scenes of like these soon to be extinct samurai like learning fucking guns, trying to learn a cannon. Like literally they're running, like the way they run is just fucking inefficient as hell. I don't know. I like those bits a lot. And then of course we get like our love story bits, and like it really is like the same movie as Twilight Samurai in many ways. Follows like the same beats kind of. Where do we start?
But Aryo knows the Demon's Claw, the secret move that's apparently just like assassinating someone by stabbing them in the heart.
Well, it's doing it and leaving such a small wound that like it's fucking people don't know what the hell happened.
Assassinating someone, yeah.
That is, I mean, I do love
it's
it.
It's not for fighting.
Yeah,
And this fucking, broke ass samurai just fucking obviously he's the one that knows it.
Well, yeah.
And he's the greatest sword fighter.
He's not the greatest. He's not the greatest. He's just the only one ballsy enough to turn his back and use a little pin to stab somebody. I do love that that's the hidden blade, though. Just a little quick shapa. Yeah, this film has some of the indisputably greatest CGI of all time. Our final fight,
it's not good, but
the guy's hand, dude,
it just stands out
in
so
the context. In the context of this film, it's pretty fucking bad because there's zero Okay, so Twilight Samurai has none, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, there's zero CGI in that film. This film is like there's none until the final battle. The guy gets his hand shot off, and just so fucking bad. Like I literally laughed. I was in that moment. I've invested myself into this film, and I completely fucking snapped me out of it. I was like laughing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like an example of like this. These movies being too in love, also like weirdly in love with the samurai to like tell their story correctly is like the good thing there. I think the idea is that guy just gets shot at the end of that. Like that's the thing that does it, man. Is all these guys with swords, not the fucking samurai just gets him out of the house. He was fucking dead after that.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
But the movie is too in love with fucking samurai duels, so they have to let him use his fucking cool move he went to his master to learn. And that's like what the movie is named after.
No. The movie is named after the fucking little hidden blade.
No, that's a Demon's Claw.
This guy. There's the confusion coming in, I guess. The bottom of the wiki it says in the original Japanese version, the technique for the little blade is called the Demon's Claw.
Yeah,
I guess they changed that. I mean, the hidden blade is still the thing, right? How's the hidden blade him turning his back?
Because he's not showing you his blade. He's standing in front of it.
God damn it.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, dude getting fucking popped is good. I think my first go around, I liked Twilight Samurai more. There was also probably a bit of like, it was the first one I saw, so it's my favorite. Second go around, I definitely liked Hidden Blade more. For kind of the reason you said, like, dude getting shot was satisfying. We had more like, I thought they were pretty amusing bits of like the samurai trying and being shitty at learning like Western weaponry and industrial weaponry.
Sure, it was something other than people being awkward.
Yeah.
Guy was still a dickhead to the girl.
Yep. But he also rescued her.
But I care less about that.
Wow.
But the thing I like is that he at least fucking quits being a samurai at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like the thing about Twilight Samurai is like he feels okay asking her to marry him at the end because he's gotten a promotion. So he's like, oh, now I'm like fucking worth marrying you or whatever. Whereas in Blade, oh, I've taken myself down to your level. Now it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, the kind of... I guess the only thing
neither of them overcomes their like deeply ingrained sense of class.
I mean, you can only do so much, man.
It's a fucking movie. You can do whatever you want.
Like that's ever stopped anybody from making anything.
They blew up that guy's hand with CG. You can do fucking anything.
Are you suggesting that having the entire feudal system toppled by Godzilla would be a
you could do it. You could make that movie instead.
I mean, like, okay.
Maybe not exactly Godzilla, because you would need the Godzilla license, but...
I mean, get the fucking license. That's how you improve any movie, is just...
Yeah.
Deus Ex Godzilla. Godzilla Ex Machina.
Like, a movie burning the feudal system to the ground, I would like more.
Yeah. So you would mention one thing. You'd mention specifically with this one, well, then I have no choice but to obey.
That's what she says at the end of the movie.
I think my interpretation is that it's more like funny, not funny, witty.
No,
something?
She's not being. I know she's not fucking being serious.
I don't know, man.
But at the end of that, but it's like she's lived her whole life with him like being a fucking higher class than her. So like the idea of marrying him is kind of their relationship, like their standing regarding each other is fucked up in that way because it's never been equal. Like she's always been subservient for him, and we get more of that in the next movie where like the wife was like an orphan taken in by the family, so she's like super, like she just calls him fucking master the whole movie, even though they're fucking married. Like that shit's just like built into all of this, and it makes the romance not fun for me as a viewer.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like these female characters are just, because it's historical, they're just fucked, and the movie doesn't let them not be fucked. So,
well,
kind of have to justify yourself to me as a viewer in other ways. I'm not gonna like buy into like the beauty of this romance. I'm just not. Because
sure.
These women just need to find a dude who's not fucking terrible. And these movies are like, what if she married a guy who's just a dick sometimes? Great.
Yeah, because previously
but
she
at least
was,
doesn't fucking
used as
beat her.
Slave labor.
Yeah, that's no good. True. But like pumping up the shitty dude with the worst thing, I don't love it.
Yeah.
But our third movie commits the worst sexism sin to me. So
Yeah, that's just her being like totally subservient the whole time.
No, the part where she's raped just to motivate our hero. And then she's
Oh.
literally not in the movie for like most of it. That trope
Yeah.
of let's have the female character be sexually assaulted and then not care about like what that means for her. It's all about how does her husband feel about it and what does it make him do?
Yeah.
That's the shit I actually hate.
Yeah,
That was
tracks
why I
with
was
your-
like, oh, this movie is miserable. This is a miserable thing to watch.
Yeah.
That is
No,
my
like, for
problem
you-
with Love and Honor 2006.
I mean that thought kind of came up, but by the time I actually had watched Love and Honor, it was too late to go back. I watched the first two very close to each other, like ages ago, and then I had not watched Love and Honor until like hella recently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not great.
Nope.
Which is kind like compared to the other two films, and trying to look a bit past that bit. Like, do you think this one is more well put together as a movie? Does it
I just think
improve
it's
in any way?
fucking miserable. Like the whole thing with his blindness is just a fucking.
You didn't like the blindness even?
It's just miserable because he's such a fucking dick about it. Like the way he treats her is the thing that like I can't get past, and then it drops the rape thing on you after that. After this has been their relationship, and I'm just so fucking out
Yeah.
on like the movie.
I mean,
It's just a miserable time.
sure.
And like, you know, it's like has its, you know, oh, everything's okay at the end or whatever, but like why did I fucking spend 2 hours doing this? I didn't gain anything from this. This was just fucking bad time and bad tropes
Sure.
with like prestige level production or whatever in acting.
I mean, did you find that shit decent at least?
Well,
Performance wise?
it's not the style of what I want though. Of the stuff I currently am into though. I'm way more into like cheesier, higher energy genre stuff. Like I want to watch Sailor Moon. I'm not fucking. I've seen good movies. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if
yeah.
your movie's fucking good, it's fine. But if your movie fucking like is kind of fucking rotten, I kind of fucking I don't give a shit how like oh our realism or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. Fair assessment. What did you think of the duel in this one?
Yeah. I mean, they don't. These fights don't really do anything for me. Ultimately,
Okay.
they're too. They're not. They're too like bloodless, even though there is blood, but like not in a way that like gets me going.
Jesus.
Look, I fucking love fictional violence. I fucking hate fictional sexual violence.
Yeah.
You give me someone chopping someone's arms off, though, I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Give me someone tearing someone's face off. Hell yeah. Give me someone like just, oh, he cut his arm. Okay.
I mean, it depends, man.
That dude jumped off a roof. That was stupid.
Are you fucking kidding me? It was cool. And then he like threw the scabbard and the blind guy turned around and fucking cut him anyway.
It was
look.
It wasn't as good as that guy who was getting shot.
Look. Jumping off the roof was one thing. The fact that we're supposed to believe that he got onto the roof, traversed the roof without making noise is where it falls apart. I thought he was gonna fucking like fall through and just get like run through on a beam, because they went out of their way to talk about how shitty the stable was, like the bad condition of it.
Yeah.
And then nothing like.
Remember in fucking
It's annoying.
Flag Means Death when that dude tripped and shot himself in the face? That is fucking better than anything in these movies.
Well, okay. Fucking guy.
I'm just saying. If you want it to be entertainment, want to be a fucking
look
thing in front of my face.
I know that
I'm gonna sit
sometimes
and watch.
Sometimes you go from like greatness to something that's not as good. It happens. Ugh. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. You put these in front of my face.
And I'll fucking do it again someday. Look, I'm just helping you learn what you don't like because you clearly need more of that.
No,
Obviously.
No, I don't like prestige stuff. I saw enough movies that I'm like I didn't get there by not watching those kind of movies. I got there because I've seen so many of them. I eventually hit a point where I'm like, I'm just not fucking getting shit out of these kind of movies.
Didn't you like Patterson?
Patterson's fucking good.
Is that not a prestige film?
Not really.
Why not? Why not? The legit question. I don't know where the line is for this shit. Like to me that could all like. I don't know that I would call it Oscar bait. It doesn't have that vibe, certainly.
Yeah,
but like it's still a
does it have the Oscar bait
film.
vibe? That kind
still
of
seems accurate.
I don't know. Look, this thing is more art than science.
Yeah, no, that's you're not wrong.
But it's generally it's like sentimentality.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
This movie didn't have a dog knocking over the mailbox. It wasn't fucking weird enough.
That did happen in Patterson, didn't it?
Yep.
It took me a second, but I like reeled through and found the memory. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Oscar bait is like can just be for like, you know, good production values, but I didn't like it. Ever. Or like, you know, it's about the actors acting sad and you feeling like a thing, but not feeling a thing too much.
So that's kind of the thing.
If old people can watch the movie and not get too excited or turned off, but maybe feel bad, but then feel okay. These are sort of the elements.
When I went down the Oscar bait rabbit hole after you mentioned it, because I was like, I feel like reading about people shitting on films that won awards.
Sure.
Someone made the argument that they don't think 12 Years a Slave is Oscar bait because it was like brutal enough. I haven't seen the fucking film, to be clear. But they kind of said that same thing. Like if it tackles a very difficult issue that should make audiences uncomfortable, but it doesn't make the audience uncomfortable, it's Oscar bait, baby.
Mm.
And that was a good. I had never heard it. I don't know. I haven't had a shitload of these conversations with people, obviously, so I hadn't heard it put into words, and that made a lot of fucking sense to me.
Yeah,
and even kind of. I mean, it's like the same. My ultimate problem with the film God Is Not Dead is because like it doesn't fucking make its audience uncomfortable. It had the opportunity to do that and it didn't. Like it's just patting you on the back. Same kind of deal.
It's just a gross thing.
That movie is fucking terrible for other reasons. I'm not disputing that. I tried watching it again as a joke and I couldn't do it. I could not fucking do it. I was talking a big game before doing that and I had to eat my words. It was not worth.
Yeah.
But like the idea of not making its audience uncomfortable enough. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, on the plus side, me bringing films to the table can like only happen so many more times. We run through like every film I know. No wait, shit. There's one more in our rock and roll movie night or whatever. Got to reevaluate.
I mean, I know I like 3 of those movies.
And rock and roll night.
Yeah. I just never saw Eddie and the Cruisers.
So I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in a long ass time. And my dad showed it to me. Mm-hmm. But it was so fucking long ago. I should probably revisit that one. I don't think anything bad. Like I don't think any women are getting fucking assaulted, which is neat. But
God damn it.
No, I don't think that's a thing. If it is, I would be a little surprised.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. I mean, look,
it is partly it's the combo though. It's the rape into the this is only here to motivate this dude. And it's we only really care about how he feels about it. That's the shit that sends me.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I recognize it, obviously, right? Especially, like, I mean, fuck, even, like, since we've started doing the podcast and just, like, through the stuff we've talked about, and, like, the stuff we've looked at or not looked at and, like, compared to other things, like, I've become a lot more aware of that shit. I think I'm still like I don't always notice it, or I don't always think about it is the better phrase, I suppose. Because like you're saying it makes sense. I'm like, yep, that's what this fucking movie is. But when I was watching it, I wasn't like, wow, it's right there. That's garbage.
Yeah. And living in white boy ignorance.
How dare you? Okay. How fucking dare you?
Hey, that's what it is.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I was gonna, I don't know that I'll ever come back to Love and Honor specifically, because like,
Oh, I mean, ultimately, my thing is, none of these movies are going to stick with me. I'm not going to ever think about any of these movies again. They were mostly just not that entertaining to me.
Yeah.
It was more notable when I was like, oh, but you're also doing this? Fuck. Mostly I was just like, oh, I'm watching this 2-hour movie that I don't love.
Yeah. Look, man, that's my life once a week, every week. Those movie nights. He says as it's going on in the room next to him, in theory. I don't even know if they started the film. Real talk.
I mean, I feel like every other time you told me you were going to do it, it was like an hour later and they hadn't watched anything. So
the worst is when it's 3 hours, is when it's 2 hours later and I say it's not happening, and then an hour and a half after that they start the Batman. That's when it gets. That's when it gets into like curse overload. I think ultimately the reason why I enjoy these movies, what I get out of it, what someone who is more aligned with my taste might get out of it, is, I mean, now I have to contend with the fact that it like fucking is all Blue Lives Matter. So that'll be cool later on. But I just like, I mean, the setup, the music, like they don't feel grand, you know? Like, we have our conflict, but they're like small conflicts. I mean, like a dude dying as opposed to like something like even like Seven Samurai, right? Like we're not building like this big battle. We're not like saving the whole town. It's, I don't know. I focus more on like the characters doing their thing, and you have simple stuff like even the shots of them going into a house, or in the first film in Twilight Samurai when he goes in the house and there's just like fucking flies around and he's like kind of waving them away, and you can like see there's a shitload of flies. And in like Love and Honor, there's just a fuckload of mosquitoes, and like everybody's just sweaty and it's hot. You got people mentioning it's hot. They seem, I like the little details like that. It made the I don't want to, now with all the feudal stuff, I don't want to say it made the world feel good, but like it was realistic in that way, in those little ways that aren't fucking, terrible. I think for me that helped me like that sink into the films. But obviously, like, I'm not saying that should override anything.
Yeah, sure.
And I do really like the music. It's I mean, I don't know that I'm gonna go get the soundtracks, but it was good.
There was music in these movies.
It's subtle. That's what I liked about it. The third one, Love and Honor, like compared to the other two, has more tunes going, I guess. Okay, yeah, there's like little.
Couldn't tell you a fucking thing about the music. That is.
It was there.
Any impression?
It was there, but barely, and that's like what made me notice it. Maybe because I've been listening to, or not listening, but like a lot of the other stuff I've been watching, like it just feels like it's a bombardment of soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So
like bops?
Not bops. Not the shit we've been watching. The shit I've been watching. The garbage.
Okay.
And I mean, that kind of goes hand in hand with like sound design stuff of like, before I used to have subtitles on things because there would be like noises around me and I couldn't hear, and now I can just be in a dead quiet fucking room and everything is just muddy as hell and there's like too much noise and it's all a mess. And part of that is like weird music mixing. So I don't know, just this being like pleasant when it's there, but and not even like there much of the time. It was nice. But anyway,
Yeah, Soul Circle Podcast, gmail.com, Soul Circle Pod on Twitter, anchor.fm/Soul Circle. I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
I don't even get my free pizza. I'm not even in tears.
I held back.